Do Gyaru and Jirai really hate each other? Today I want to talk about where this idea came from and how true it really is. This beef started for a few reasons, with the most well-known reason being the fact that a lot of iconic Gyaru brands such as Liz Lisa, Mars, and Dear My Love have turned into Jirai brands, opting to discontinue their Gyaru designs altogether. Compared to Gyaru, which has vast diversity within its substyles, Ryosan Gata and Jirai are pretty straightforward, with there not being as many substyles or outfit combinations to choose from. Due to the lack of variety, some gals dislike Ryosan Gata and Jirai for taking up room in a fashion space that used to be much more diverse, which isn't completely reasonable because we don't have control over what's popular in Japan or what Japanese designers choose to make. Also, those brands started shifting years before Jirai even popped up. Ryosan Gata and Jirai are often criticized for looking the same, which isn't really true, but in comparison to Gyaru, I could see why someone would think that. I also made a video recently talking about how Shibuya 109 is slowly, and emphasis on slowly, shifting away from Jirai K and back into styles like Larum K, French Girly, and Hime Kaji. That video wasn't me looking down on Jirai whatsoever or wishing for its death, but I think a lot of people didn't really watch the video and purposefully misinterpreted my message. I obviously do want Gyaru to come back to Shibuya 109 and am excited about the changes that I'm seeing in terms of that, but I don't want Jirai K to disappear either. They should be able to coexist. Another reason I think this beef started is because a couple of years back, a semi-well-known Gyaru TikToker made a video just absolutely tearing apart Jirai K. I honestly think she might have made several videos. She essentially said that it's her least favorite style and used extreme examples of Japanese Jirai girls to paint an image of the community and fashion as a whole. Jirai was pretty new at this time as well, so that definitely caused a rift between the two communities. There was also this phenomenon in the Gyaru community for a while where people were leaving Gyaru for Jirai. It happened so often that we even had a name for it, the Gyaru to Jirai pipeline. We weren't really upset about people leaving, but a lot of the people who left Gyaru for Jirai ended up becoming so fucking rude once they joined the Jirai community for some reason. It's not Jirai as a style that caused them to act like that though. My theory is that a lot of these people saw Gyaru become popular on TikTok, so they hopped on the Gyaru train, and then once they realized that it seemed like Jirai was going to be the dominant style in Japan for a while, they switched over just so that they could click up in a new trendy popular J fashion style. As a personal example, I had this one mutual who randomly turned on me when I made a video about Toyoko kids and claimed that I was spreading harmful misinformation on a video that had sources in the caption from Japan, mind you. Another one of my Gyaru turned Jirai mutuals went off on me in my comment section for implying that there's fat phobia in the Jirai K community and weight hierarchy, which is not only true, that exists in pretty much every J fashion space. And despite being 10 years older than me, they've gone on this months-long rampage about this interaction, which you can pause to read, and have used these very tame comments to paint me out to be scary and aggressive dog whistle. My point here is, I think a lot of gals have had negative interactions with the Jirai community that have painted them in a bad light, but I personally don't think that my interactions with individuals is representative of the community as a whole. But unfortunately, obviously, some people do think that way. My take is though that these styles overlap in a lot of places, and I want us to be able to coexist without constantly bickering at each other. I don't think that this beef is going to disappear anytime soon, especially if Gyaru does make a huge resurgence in Shibuya 109, but we should just be so much kinder to each other because at the end of the day, we're just here to wear our silly outfits and there's enough room for everyone in this community.